land census. We've heard the government over the past few years speaking about a so-called expropriation of land and other property without compensation. Now let's start off this video to be very clear and very blunt and very honest to one another about what they are speaking. This is simple theft. To take something that belongs to another person and not pay for it is theft. There's no historic context to theft. There's no political reason for theft. There's no redress when you thief or you steal from somebody. It remains theft. However, we are sitting now as a minority in South Africa, a racial minority relating to the white people, a racial minority relating to Indian people, colored people, and a minority of all races relating to land ownership and property ownership. And we are unfortunately bound by what a majority is now trying to impress and oppress to us. The next phase that they seem to now be implementing is called a land census. In other words, they want to know where what is now so that they can know where to go and steal. And the land census apparently is going to be conducted by 600 agents being sent in by Cyril Ramaphosa to now go to farms and now go and do some count or some census on those farms. I don't know what they're going to count. I don't know how the format will be. If they are going to count the sheep and the tractors and the lorries, are they going to count the buildings? Are they going to count the people working for you on the farm? Do they want to see the title deed to see how big the farm is, that they can get that from the title deeds office in any event? I don't know what the format of the so-called land census is. It's peculiar what is going on, to say the least of it, but we have become into a habit where we see the government is also always doing some peculiar things. But this is what we are facing in South Africa in a very short and foreseeable future. How can we react to this? Well, we can resist it, but we must resist it in a legal way. In the first place, a census is defined by the United Nations and by international law. It must prescribe to a whole host of recommendations and a whole host of very basic rules to make it even legal. Amongst that is that there must be legislation in place. There must be a law authorizing the census and telling how the census must be conducted. I'm not sure if there's any law indicating that they can have a land census in South Africa. Secondly, an authorized agency or authorized institute must conduct such a census. It's not just simply government officials running around and counting things. In South Africa, Stats SA is the formally authorized institution to do census. That is what they have been mandated to do. Once again, as far as I know, Stats South Africa has not even been involved in this process thus far. So it seems to me we are dealing with a grossly and wholly unlawful and illegal attempt at land theft and census by the government. How do we resist? Through legal means, firstly, but then also as a citizen you have certain rights to defend your property and your land. I will deal with that in another video so that we are not unclear of what your rights are pertaining to that. Following the softer, the legal road, would simply mean that if you are approached by a person that now wants to come and census your land, whatever that means, simply refer him to your attorney or refer him to the National Conservative Party. We have a specific help bureau for land grabs, and you can contact us. Do it through legal means. Send them to your lawyer so that your lawyer can take the issue further for you. I'm very clear and very sure that the process will grind to an halt. It is going to end up in unauthorized land grabs, but at this point in time the government is simply trying to whitewash all their promises that they know they cannot keep by doing all these little procedures. And these little procedures are not even legal. So it's for us then, through legal means, to start resisting this. We are the citizens of this country. We have the right to resist. Thank you very much for your time, and I see you on another video.